everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for you guys today, I'm going to be showing you how to do this easy, natural, everyday type of makeup look. Now this is not a new idea. You can probably find a million of these on YouTube, but this is like my take on it. And I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I think I kept it like toned down, but not completely. Like, you know, there's still a bit of an eye look, there's still a bit of a lip. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please do not forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I'd very much greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do like some small amount of skin prep. My skin is clean right now, so I'm just going to take this hyaluronic acid serum from Skin Nutrice or whatever it's called, and I'm just going to ploop that into my hand. Connie's over there saying drop, 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 so she wants me to drop it.
No, it's supposed to be like this.
And then just want to rub that on my face. And this will help make it so my skin is like nice and plump. Because I find that if I go in with like a moisturizer underneath makeup, it's too much. My skin never actually fully sets down, which I don't like that. I want my face to be set and ready to go. But this has also got like a slight tackiness to it, so that's really going to help the makeup stick to the skin. The next thing I'm going to go in with is an eye cream, just so that my eyes are nice and like hydrated. And this one's from Perricone MD. And I'm just gonna bloop that right there, and then work that in underneath the eye, maybe even a little bit on the eyelid. And this just helps hydrate all the under eye creases that I have. So I work that in underneath my eye and kind of down the sides of my nose a little bit, because I do have creasing right there. Because I'm getting old. I'm not old, but I'm getting there. Not really, but maybe. And then the next thing I'm going to use is this e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer, just because this on top of that serum is really going to help the makeup stick quite nicely. So I have that. And then I'm just going to start rubbing that in. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to do some spot concealing. I just have to find concealer. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This one, it's in the shade Light Neutral. And I'm just gonna, let me show you. I'm gonna zoom in. I have all of this acne on my chin, and I have some spots on my cheek and stuff. I just want to take my concealer and conceal those a little bit. So I'm just going to pop that on there like that. Basically do this over my whole chin. My whole chin is a giant zit right now. Okay. Right there. I'm gonna let that dry a second. Just give it a minute to dry. So while that's drying, I am going to go ahead and do my eyeballs because this is just a really quick, easy, simple way to do your eyes. So I'm just going to take my Alter Ego eye primer and slap that on. Like that. And then kind of just pat it out with your finger. Like that. Oh my nose, okay. And then I'm going to go in with I'm going to go in with this Morphe M433 brush. I'm just going to go into the bronzer that we're going to be using, which is Too Faced one today. I'm going to just, let me show you, pop that into my crease because this is just going to add a nice little depth to the eye without it full on looking like you have on a crap ton of makeup. So you can do this with any bronzer that you have. Just put it in the crease and just kind of blend it out. If you don't want to have any shimmer on your eyes, you can just very easily put this over the whole lid like that. And do you see? Let me see if I can dim this a little bit. Do you see how it just adds like a little depth and dimension to the eye without it full on looking like you have on a crap ton of makeup? That's the point. Okay, and then what I'm personally going to do is I'm going to take my setting spray that I would normally use, which is the Morphe Continuous Luminous Mist, and I'm going to go into a highlighter. This is the Revolution Strobe Highlighter in Moon Glow Lights, and this is a very natural looking highlight. It's not very glimmery or anything. It's just, it's very, very natural. So I'm going to take that and I'm just going to put that on my lid using a brush. And this is going to add a little bit of just like a sheen without it being, again, full on cake face makeup.
A natural look.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah, Connie likes it when I do natural makeup because she says otherwise it's too poppy.
It's true.
I don't know.
Is this the part where we're gonna zoom up?
No. Okay. So the concealer has pretty much, it should be dry by now. So I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and I'm just going to slightly pat it out. Just slightly. So that it's more, because by letting it sit for as long as we did, we've given it a chance to dry down and build more coverage. But now I'm going to put on foundation. So for foundation, the one I'm going to use is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. This is in the shade, what color are you? FW3. And what I'm going to do is, I don't like this foundation that much, but I do like the skin-like finish it gives me. But with the doe foot applicator, I'm just going to like roll it on the back of my hand to get some of the product out. And then I should just wrap this on my face, but that's kind of gross. I have some on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take the flat side of my sponge like this and dip it in, and then I'm going to start putting that on the center of my face because that is where I want the most coverage. And with foundation, here's the thing, I watch a lot of makeup videos, I watch a lot of makeup tutorials and everything, and I was watching one the other day, and it was by somebody who's a professional makeup artist, which I am not, and they said to start on the center of your face and then blend out so that by the time you get to the outside edges of your face, you basically don't have any product left, and so you don't get that harsh line of death, as they called it. Okay, but yeah, it's not working on my hand, so I'm just gonna take the applicator thing and I'm just gonna whap it on. But I'm not gonna put it out all the way so that I can blend it out some. Face is coming back. Huh? Cake face. Okay, and then I'm gonna start blending it out from my nose and just and then just make sure you stay away from your eyes for the most part, because your eyeshadow is basically already done, but you can go ahead and fix it if it gets a little bit ganked up because you're just using bronzer, so it's not going to be that hard to build back up again. And see, that just evened out the complexion very nicely. So what I'm going to do next is concealer, and this time I'm going to use my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, because this one's just a little bit more of a brightening concealer on me. And I'm just going to put that where I have darkness, and then a little bit on the tip of my nose, and a stripe going up my nose. Like that. And then I'm going to take the pointy end and just blend. If you want to, you can use your finger, you can use a brush, you don't have to use a sponge. I go through phases where I like using a brush and then I like using a sponge. Right now, I'm using a sponge because this absorbs product too, so if you put too much on, you don't really have to worry a whole lot about it being like caked on your face until you wash it off, because the sponge is going to help you with that. Oh, do you see? It's not like a crap ton of makeup, and I will show you guys what this looks like in natural lighting as well.
Thank you.
Like that, and then yeah, I'm gonna have to go back over that side with bronzer, but I can do that later. And just pat. Okay, so that's done. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take my Milani Prep Set and Go powder and my thing of face brushes, and I'm gonna get my Alamar Cosmetics brush, and I'm just gonna set my concealer ever so slightly so that it doesn't get creasy. This is a matte powder. I like a matte looking under eye. It doesn't necessarily look natural, but with as natural as we're going, I don't think it's gonna look overly cakey either. Okay, there's that. And then for the rest of the powder, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Halo Glow powder just because it has a nice finish with it. That's like slightly luminous, so it's going to add to the idea of glowy, natural skin, which I like. Like that. Okay, so what I did off camera was I just put a clear brow gel through my eyebrows. I put on a dark brown eyeliner on the outer half of my eyes and smudged it out. And then I took the bronzer and ran that underneath my eyes. I also reran it through my crease, so now it's like a slightly more smoky eye, but it's still like decently natural, I think. So the next thing we want to do is bronzer, blush, and highlight, because I do like all those things. So I'm just going to take the bronzer that we used for our eyes and take a bronzer brush, kind of swirl it in there real good, dust it off, and then I'm going to put this, starting here, I'm going to bring it down, almost like I want to touch the corner of my mouth, but not quite.
I got it off.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like
Pretty much got all of it off.
that. And do you see it adds like a nice glow. I'm also going to show you guys what this looks like in natural light standing in front of my window.
Oh, that looks cool and nice. Now I gotta put on my skin. I wish my face wasn't so ugly.
Your face isn't ugly. You're
Well, it's
11.
wet, it is.
Honey. You're not ugly. I'll knock it off. Oops. Okay. And then just kind of bronze up my neck a little bit. Just because I am the color of a ghost. And then for blush, I'm going to take this brush and then this blush, which is the ColourPop one in Chase. It's like a peachy nude color, so I think it'll look really nice flushed on the cheeks. And I'm just going to take the brush, get some on there, and then kind of just bring that up. So there's like a nice flush to the cheeks. I like this one because it's not so pigmented that you look like clown cheeks, but it's not pigmented, if that makes sense.
It's natural.
It's like subtle. And I'm just gonna put a bit on my nose, just a little bit. It's winter time. We spend time outside, and our cheeks get nice and cold and rosy and all that other stuff I never do.
Where's those makeup wipes?
I don't know, kid.
Why don't you know?
Because I don't know.
You have a mask.
Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, the luminous one, and I'm just going to set the face like that. And that adds, I mean, you guys can even kind of see it in the reflection. It's like a nice glowy aspect to the face. What am I doing next? I'm going to take the highlighter that we used on our eyes, because this is like a nice natural highlighter on me. And I'm going to take my favorite highlighting brush, just dust it in there, and then, do you see? It's not like a poppin' highlight. It's a bit more subtle. Like that. And then lips, we're almost done. This video is going to be like not super short, but it's going to be a shorter one for me. Okay, so I have a couple of lip options for you depending on how natural you want this to be. Now, what do I mean by that? Depending on the color of your skin tone and if you're going to be wearing a mask or not, you can use this one from L'Oreal. It's, I don't know what shade it is. .418 from like that ink pen thing looking one, because this is a nice like peachy nude color, and if you put on 2 coats it will build up to like full opacity, and it's pretty mask proof. The next 2 ones I have are the same thing, they're just different colors. I have the ColourPop Just a Tint things in Shaka and Nude Beach. Shaka is like my lip color, but better.
There's an eyelash in my eye.
I'm sorry. And then, what is this? Nude Beach is going to make it look like you have popsicle lips if you have very pale lips. So it's going to be like very juicy, very glossy, very like red and plump. So I'm going to use the Nude Beach one. Well, not red and plump, but like, you guys will see. I like these. I don't like the smell, but I like these. Like that. You can see it's nice. It's like a pop, but not really, because it's still brown. I like it. I love it. I'm so pleased. Let me show you guys what this looks like in actual natural light. Alright, so this is what the whole thing looks like in natural lighting. I am standing in front of my window, and it's like really bright outside because of the snow. But you can still see like the redness of that zit and a little bit of this one. But it's not like, do you guys see what I mean by like the makeup isn't so heavy that it looks fake? Like look at
There's more lighting like this.
Well, yeah, but then they can't see.
Yeah, they can.
Not really. I don't like that. But it's like, it's not such a drastic skin tone change. Like, look at my neck and my face actually match. There's not that line. I love it. It's so pretty. I'm so pleased with how this turned out, you guys. But anyway, if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I would very much greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.